Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1966 Smith Corona Classic 12 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Up top is the adjustable paper guide, and this helps you load the page in straight. And I like to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the page. And the margins are above that. You just push them down and move them like this, and I like to set it about 0 and 75, maybe 80, about the length of a page. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. This is the paper bell that sits on top. It holds the page down. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit this line of space, gets you back to the beginning. It skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, you just flip the switch back to the 2. It skips 2, 1 more, and it skips 3. That works good. We're going to keep it on single and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence on the next line. Very nice type of machine. This is a very popular model, very well engineered. At the peak of typewriter engineering, this is probably one of the, I would say, most comfortable and fun type-on machines. Doesn't jam, and you can type very fast on it. Excellent for daily typing. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch that I just switched. If you switch it forward on the right side there, this little switch, it'll unlock the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. This has a wider than normal platen, 12 inches. That's why it's called a Classic 12. I believe there's a Classic 10 that has the 10-inch. It's a little bit shorter. Half space. This is another unique function that most typewriters don't have. Got a half space, pretty cool. Backspace right next to that. That works good. A shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Up here is a touch control, low, medium, and high. High is down. It just creates more tension when you hit the keys. It responds faster, but you got to hit them harder for them to print. Tab on the right side. We should have one tab set somewhere. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 tabs set. We're going to clear all 3 of those real quick by hitting that CL button right next to it. Right now we shouldn't have any tabs. So it goes, kind of slams all the way to the end. So you want to have one set usually in the middle, just so you don't cause wear and tear on your typewriter every time that tab button gets hit. And you can set as many tabs as you want on this model. To the right of that is the color selector switch. If you have it all the way down, it prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. If you have it in the middle, it doesn't print at all. The vibrator doesn't go up at all. If you have it on the top, it'll print the top portion of the ribbon. That's where we're going to keep it. Got a solid black ribbon on there, so you can actually double use the ribbon by just changing the color whenever you use up all the top portion. And open the hood. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left side, so it's pulling to the right. And if you flip this, if you push this little switch behind the left spool back, it'll start pulling to the left side. You push it forward, it pulls to the right side. That's where we want it. And this model also has a really cool function. If you you could put custom keys on both sides, so you can have 2 custom keys. Most typewriters don't have a 1 key, so this is pretty cool. It's got the 1 key. And you can just, I don't know where you get these today, but you get a cap and it replaces this little piece, the top head piece. So you just take this off and put it on the new piece, and you got 2 custom keys for this. On this side, we got the carriage release. And if you pop this up and pull this lever here, you could pop out the platen and clean it out or do maintenance. Pretty cool function right there. So the carriage release is supposed to have a plastic lever that's easier for you to use it, but as you can see, you can still use it without that plastic lever. And it's very common for those things to break off. They're just basically made out of the same plastic as this. So I don't know why they designed it that way. They designed it that way for many years, and they always break off. I don't know if those were really cheap and common to replace. I don't know where to find them now. I might order some just in case, but this on both sides is broken off. As you can see, you can still use it pretty good. And there's a lever up front here. If you push it forward, it disables the spacing when you turn the platen. That's so you can get to an exact spot on the page. If you flip it back, you get those clicks. Each one of those clicks is one space. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.